Over the last 6 months, I have listed over 200 items at the exact same prices, at the exact same time, to Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, and eBay. Why did I do that? Because I wanted to see, where do things sell? Will one platform blow the others out of the water with their sales? Will one platform have all of the clothing sales on that platform? So in today's video, I'm going to tell you guys what has happened and which platform had the most sales. If you've watched my channel over the last 6 months, you know that at first I was giving you guys updates every 2 to 3 weeks, going through every single item that sold and telling you which platform it sold on. So let's bring up the scoreboard from the last time I updated you guys. At that point, we had 20 sales from Facebook, 17 from eBay, and 15 from Poshmark. So they were very neck and neck, with Poshmark behind the others and Facebook in the lead. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the 116 sales I have had since that last video. So my plan is to go through each of the 3 platforms, tell you how many sold on that platform, as well as my most profitable sale, my least profitable sale, and then an interesting sale on top of that. Then at the end, I'll give you some summary stats over the 168 sales in total that I've had, and just tell you some interesting insights from this experiment. So first, let's go over Facebook. So on Facebook, for the last 116 sales, 42 of them were on Facebook. And let's see, Facebook. My best sale on Facebook actually just happened a couple days ago. I picked up this pair of vintage 90s Doc Marten fisherman sandals at the Des Moines Goodwill outlet, which is like 10 minutes from my house. At the outlet is pay by the pound. So you pay $1.59 per pound of items you find. So these are pretty heavy, so they cost me $4.40. I listed them onto all 3 platforms, Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, and eBay. And actually, I had the same person find them on 2 of the platforms. So she first found them on Poshmark. I listed them at $80. She sent me an offer for $68. And I decided to sleep on it since I had just listed them. I woke up the next morning and I had a message on Facebook, and it was from the same person. She had found them on Facebook, asked if I would take $68. Facebook has the lowest fees of any of the 3 platforms. It has only a 5% fee on the total sales value. So I definitely wanted to sell them to her on Facebook because Poshmark has a 20% fee. So I responded to her on Facebook and I said I would take her offer. So I saved myself $10 in fees because she messaged me on Facebook. And again, I paid $4.40, so I profited $59.33 on that sale. My worst sale was this Columbia vest. So I don't know why I picked this up. Columbia hasn't ever really done very well for me, but I just have in my head that it's a good brand, even though it does not resell very well. So I have to adjust my thinking. So anyways, I had this listed for, I think I had it listed for about 5 months on Poshmark when I decided to cross-list it to eBay and Facebook Marketplace. I had it listed on those 2 platforms that for at least a month it hadn't sold, and I dropped the price all the way down to $5, and then it sold on Facebook. So it sold on Facebook for $5. I paid $7 for it. Big mistake. Facebook took 57 cents out in a fee, so I lost $2.57. So that is actually the only sale of the 116 that I lost money on, but definitely my least profit sale. All right, now time for an interesting sale. So I kind of have 2. I have an actual sale and then a story. I don't know if you'd call it a sale. So let's start with the story. So someone messaged me and said, I am going to a cowboy themed Halloween party. Would you be willing to rent me these cowboy boots? What would you guys say? At first I'm like, rent the boots to a party? That seems risky. But he was off. I had the boots listed at $60. He was offering me $20 to just rent them for one night, bring them back the next day. So I decided to take the risk. I said yes. He came to my house, picked them up, gave me the $20, and he returned them less than 48 hours later in the same condition he took them in. So I made $20 with not much work. So ended up working out really well. But I do wonder, what would you guys do? Comment down below. If someone reached out to you and said, can I rent these for $20? What would you tell them? And then the other interesting one that was actually a sale is this Winter Frost Scentsy. This sold on Facebook for $35 plus shipping. So a few weeks ago, I was at a garage sale and they had like 8 I think they had 8 Scentsies out, all with their boxes, not all new. So some of them are pre-owned, some of them hadn't been used. And they were priced between $20 and $35. But it was Saturday at noon. So it was like the end of the garage sale weekend. They were all still there. It looked like, you know, the table was full. So I don't think they had sold any. And so I offered them $10 each to buy all of the 8 that they had. So they ended up accepting my offer on 6 of the 8. So I paid $10 each for 6 Scentsies. And I've only had them listed for 6 weeks. And 5 of the 6 have sold. So the reason I wanted to highlight this sale was because this is an example of an item that sold across the platforms. So one sold for $25 plus shipping, one sold for $29 plus shipping, and 3 sold for $35 plus shipping. And 2 sold on Poshmark, 2 sold on Facebook, and 1 sold on eBay. So Scentsies, definitely I would pick them up. Like, they sold very quickly for good prices, and they've been selling across all 3 platforms. Next, let's go to eBay. So eBay, over the last 116 sales, had 30 of the 116. So the highest profit sale were these On Running shoes. So the whole brand confuses the heck out of me, because I hear people call it On Cloud. I think the brand's called On. Their website is On Running. And then this shoe is called the Cloud Collection within that brand. Whatever it's called, they're definitely a bolo. I paid $6.99 for the shoes. They sold on eBay for $65 plus $10 shipping. Shipping was $8.04. eBay took $9.61 in fees. So I made a profit of $50.36. And that was my highest profit on the 30 eBay sales. My lowest profit was this bicycle seat. So I picked this up at a garage sale for $3. I'm trying to learn more categories other than clothing and shoes. So the Scentsies, those were example of a great purchase that I learned, you know, pick that up in the future. This is the opposite example of one that I tried and it did not go very well. So it sold for $25 free shipping, and the bike seat's pretty heavy and pretty wide. Like, it was like a 10-inch bike seat. Is that right? Sounds like a lot, but I think it was 10 inches. I'll put it on the screen here. But anyways, it cost $14.80 to ship it. And the fee was $3.66 and I paid $3. So I profited $3.54. So not a good enough profit for the amount of work that went into shipping it. All right, and then we have the interesting sale. So this sale is another one that's outside of my normal realm. So I normally do modern clothing and shoes, and this is a vintage item. So it is this liquid blue John McDonnell Ocean Dolphin vintage t-shirt. So I have heard that vintage liquid blue t-shirts sell really well. And I was in Spokane for a wedding at the beginning of October, stopped at the Goodwill outlet, and I picked up 4 items, and this was one of them. The shirt I found is actually on the low end of what the shirts sell for. Many of their shirts will sell for $100 plus if you can find the vintage liquid blue tag. The one I found sold in 6 weeks for $45. Since I picked it up at the outlet, I only paid $1 for it. eBay took $7.34 in fees, and I profited $36.66. And again, the reason I want to bring that one up is because that's one that's outside of what I normally sell, but it was a great sale for me, and I'm definitely going to be looking for that vintage liquid blue tag. And again, that one, the one I found, was not as rare of a style, and also it was a women's small. Like, the measurements came out to a women's small, and I think the larger sizes tend to do better when it comes to vintage t-shirts. All right, next up we have Poshmark. So on Poshmark, I had 44 of the 116 sales were on Poshmark. So actually the best of the 3 so far. So my best sale of the 44 on Poshmark was this Fry purse. So Fry is really known for their boots. Well, their shoes, but in particular their boots. So I was shocked to see how much their purses sell for, or specifically this purse. So I listed it on all 3 platforms, and it sold on Poshmark for $75. I picked it up at a garage sale for $5. I also gave the buyer a shipping discount, and Poshmark took a $15 fee, so I profited $52.54. My worst sale were these Athleta sweatpants. Like the Columbia vest, this was an item I had listed on Poshmark for a while, and so I tried cross-listing it to the other platforms to see if that would help. and it still didn't sell. So I ended up dropping the price down to $8 and it sold. Actually, maybe someone offered me $8. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but it sold for $8. I had paid $2 for it. Poshmark took $2.95 in a fee, so I profited $3.05, and that was my worst profit sale. And then finally, the interesting sale on Poshmark was these lacrosse boots. Why did I pick this one out? Because Poshmark is known for being a platform that has mostly millennial women buyers, Gen Z millennial women buyers. So I did not expect these work boots to sell on Poshmark, and they did. They sold in only 4 days on Poshmark for $38 plus shipping. Unfortunately, the shipping label that the buyer pays for only covers 5 pounds, and all boxed up, these boots weighed 6.5 pounds. So I did have to pay Poshmark $9 for extra shipping, unfortunately. And my sister had picked these up for me at a garage sale for $5. In total, I profited $16.40. But again, the reason I wanted to highlight those is because I would not have guessed that those would have sold on Poshmark, but they did. All right, now let's go over the summary stats. So I've told you how much sold on each platform over the last 116 sales. So let's sum that all up. For the 168 sales I've had of items that were listed on all 3 platforms at the same prices at the same time, in total, Facebook had 62 sales, eBay had 47, and Poshmark had 59. So this is definitely not what I would have guessed at the beginning. I would have guessed that eBay was going to lead because I hear people say all the time that their eBay sales are so much better than their other platforms, but that didn't happen for me. So Facebook actually came out in the lead, Poshmark second, and eBay, over 10 sales behind the other 2 platforms. So let's talk about some more information. So one thing you guys have said in my last couple of videos is that you wonder if I'm getting higher profit sales on eBay. So I broke down a couple items to address that question. So first, I have the average profit by platform. So this profit means total sales price minus shipping, minus the platform fees, minus my cost of goods. So the lowest average profit is Facebook with an average profit of $18.26 for the sales. The second, or the middle, I guess, is Poshmark with an average profit of $20.69. And the highest is eBay with an average profit of $21.76. So you guys are right, it is coming out the highest, but not by a huge margin. And then I pulled another data point for you all, which is the number of sales that the buyer paid more than $50. So that's gross, the amount they paid, and the number of sales that the buyer paid in total less than $20. So that's all in the cost of the item plus shipping. So for the people that paid over $50, of the last 116 sales, 6 of them were on Facebook, 8 on eBay, and 8 on Poshmark. So again, eBay is not jumping out as having significantly more high dollar sales. On the other end though, on less than $20, Poshmark has 4, eBay has 4, and Facebook had 11. So I had significantly more low dollar sales on Facebook. Or another way to say it is the low dollar items I'm listing are selling on Facebook because they were listed on Poshmark and eBay, but they sold on Facebook. The final thing I wanted to point out was if you break out the sales between clothing and shoes and then everything else, so hard goods is what people call it. So that would be the Sensi's, what other, oh yeah, the bike seat, had like a Harley Davidson coat rack hanger, so anything like that, so non-clothing and shoe items. So if you break those out, then you get some more interesting information. So of the items I sold on Poshmark, only 1 out of 10 were hard goods. But on eBay and Facebook, 3 out of 10. So 3 times as much in terms of the relative amount on those platforms were hard goods. And if you look at just hard goods, then the numbers would be 12 on Facebook, 8 on eBay, and 5 on Poshmark. So Poshmark definitely loses when you take just the hard goods out of the sales and look at those. But if you look at just the clothing and shoes, then we have 30 Facebook, 22 eBay, and 39 Poshmark. So Poshmark is definitely winning in that category. So I guess my takeaway would be is if you're listing clothing and shoes, definitely list on Poshmark and eBay and Facebook Marketplace. If you're listing hard goods, I mean, I'm still getting sales on all the platforms, but there you can see a more significant difference between Poshmark and the other platforms. So if you've never listed on Poshmark, you can use my referral code DressedByAmber and you will get some amount off your first purchase. I think it's $10, and then I will also get the same amount, I think $10 for referring you. So thank you in advance if you do use the referral code. That is all the information I pulled together. I hope you guys found this interesting. It was very insightful for me to see that no platform really dominated the others. I got significant sales from all 3 platforms, and I'm going to continue to list all 3 platforms. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I make videos similar to this, talking about selling on those 3 platforms, tips, experiments, and so on. So subscribe if you're interested. Thank you guys all for watching, and stay tuned because as always, I'll have a new video out soon.